Are you ready? I said, are you ready? You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, and Tyler Wright. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast.
Welcome, guys, to another episode of Voice of the Fans Sportscast. I'm your host, Ben Reynolds. We have Tyler Wright and RC. What's going on, guys?
What's good?
Everything's good?
Yes, sir.
Same here, bro. I was glad to get through this week. It wasn't brutal, man. I was just ready for Friday. I'm off tomorrow, so I was just ready for Friday. I'm always ready for Friday. I'm ready for that day off, man. Your boy be tired working sometimes.
You off on Fridays?
Yeah, I'm off on Fridays. Wait, you off on weekends, so what you talking about?
No, I'm not.
Oh, you not off on weekends? Oh, you just really get like federal holidays, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, I feel you. All right, anyway, what y'all want to talk about? Tyreek Hill, or we're going over our top 10 running back list?
Let's do Tyreek Hill because that top
Okay.
10 list is
It's
pretty.
hot commodity right now.
Yeah,
Tyreek Hill. All right, so the news broke a couple days ago of Tyreek Hill being traded to the Miami Dolphins of all places. He was 5 draft picks were traded for him. 22nd first round pick and a second round pick, a fourth round pick, and plus a fourth and sixth round picks in the 23rd draft. Now, I still haven't figured this out completely of why the Chiefs made this deal. Maybe I believe me and RC talked about this earlier this week. They couldn't pay Kelsey. They had to pay Kelsey and Mahomes, and that's just a lot of money tied up in 3 players. RC, how you feel about this move that Kansas City did?
I think it was they had a window to win a certain amount of Super Bowls, and that window closed. I mean, because you was gonna have to pay the guys that helped you get to those AFC Championship games and that those 2 Super Bowls. So, with that being said, that production, like I talked about earlier with Kirk Cousins, they age is gonna ask for for money based off the production, the Pro Bowls, all that stuff, the incentives that he was meeting and reaching. They got to pay for that. So it's business on both ends. And so Tyreek left because of the money. I don't think he left because he wanted to go to Miami. And I think he's the highest paid wide receiver. So I would have left too at this point, being almost he's going to be 30. So I think it was a great move for him. I mean, it's going to expose one or the other, because I think all that running around Patrick does and just heaving it up and he's
gonna actually have to play quarterback.
Yeah, most definitely.
Tyler, were you really shocked about this news?
Not so. Devontae Adams trade. I was like, somebody gonna have to match that and get some money now.
So.
Yeah,
Devontae Adams trade shocked me. Well, I say Devontae Adams trade shocked me a little bit more than Tyreek Hill. I was kind of taken back from it because he was sent to the Dolphins. I was like, oh, the Dolphins.
That's the Dolphins. The fact that he went to Miami kind of got me, but
Man, that would made me think about that the Dolphins are really in on Tua. Or that was at least the trade. That's what it gave off that they try and get him weapons. They putting all these pieces behind and behind them and everything. They building a team around them. So they really all in on Tua. So after they missed out on Deshaun Watson because of the whole situation of he wanted to play for a certain coach and everything, it really shows that the Dolphins are serious, man. They say they done finished next to the bottom of the league of the division. They ready to put the foot to the pedal and just be a trap me at the 4 games because you got Water on that Hill, two of the fastest receivers in the league. So the Dolphins are scary. On the Chiefs, on the other hand, it's like I said, Patrick Mahomes now gonna have to play quarterback. He can't do none of the freelancing stuff he be doing like Russell Wilson. He gonna have to actually like make the right reads, try to get the ball out quickly. And I think this is important for the Chiefs to work on this running game. They can't live off Patrick Mahomes' arms 24/7. They're gonna have to fix that running game. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, man, he's not it. They try to do that Le'Veon Bell experiment. I believe Damian Williams is gone. So they're going to have to solidify that running back group. They're going to have to. If not, the Chiefs may be looking at like the worst team in the division of the Chargers, the Raiders. I'm forgetting the team, the Broncos.
Yeah.
So the Chiefs really going to have to buckle down here and play some really good football this whole season, especially like I say in that division. And cause that's a huge chunk of offense is gone. They bring in Juju to fill in some of them holes they have in the wide receiver group. But Juju been on the downhill since TikTok came out. Since TikTok came big, it seemed like he be putting all his energy on TikTok. I know y'all seen the video he released when he got traded to the Chiefs. Did y'all see that?
Nah, what was it?
All right, I don't know the song, man. I don't listen to music like that, but he doing this dance to this song. Oh, it's saying like I'm here right now, or something like that. He's dancing and doing whatever. So he posted on his Instagram page, I guess, to show that hey, he had Chiefs jersey on to show hey, I'm here. I'm ready to rock and roll. But we're gonna see. I think the Chiefs. You think they're gonna go wide receiver first round? RC?
I don't think so. I mean, they still got Josh Gordon. They still got Hardman. They got Juju. They got Travis Kelce.
They got Josh Gordon.
Yeah, he been there for 2 years. He just ain't the same Josh Gordon.
Yeah.
But I think, man, this is the thing about the Chiefs. They're still a veteran team. I like the one thing I learned about free agency. It can be a little bit misleading because the Super Bowl isn't won right now, April and in March and April, and you just seeing all these big names pop up, and you're like, yeah, they're gonna win the Super Bowl. But it takes a lot of being lucky because a lot of these guys want all of them to be healthy and be at the top of the game, but somebody's gonna get hurt. Somebody's not gonna be at the top of the game. We didn't see Henry Ruggs doing what he was gonna do. Kevin really did what he did. Most of getting hurt early. Stuff happens, man. So I still would not just throw the Chiefs away until I see them thrown away. And so because they know how to win, they've been there, and there's something need to be said about that. But they don't have to do anything.
All right, so let me ask you this: did you not, in your opinion, did you see a little stretch of that this past season when the Chiefs was like on the decline of losing games, like games
Well,
they're losing to teams they shouldn't, lost to, just bad football?
they've always played that type of defense. I compare that defense that won the Super Bowl to the one the Saints had. You remember that defense that just thrived off of turnovers and thrived off of you making mistakes. But this past year, that wasn't the case. But they turned it around in the second half and they played better defense. But if you look at it, man, they were going to another Super Bowl. The Bengals they just took their foot off the pedal. They was beating the Bengals. They just had a mental lapse. They took their foot off the gas pedal, and the Bengals capitalized off of it. But other than that, they went to their third straight Super Bowl. So there's something to be said about that. Andy Reid and them guys know how to win. Now, do I think they're going to win the division? No. But do they have to make a, a big decision on adding another receiver? Nah. There's something out there they can still go get. Like Julio's still available.
Oh man, Julio and Patrick Mahomes. Oh my
Yeah.
word.
See, because the thing about it, man, football right now is it's a numbers game. Those guys didn't get paid during the pandemic years. That's why you see all these big contracts.
Yeah, that was a down year in the cap.
So they just going after the money now. They don't care what he at.
It's all about the money. It's all about the Benjamins, as they say. I'm curious to see how the Dolphins are going to look this coming up season, man. Because we know Gatwood, he hates Tua, but in my opinion, Tua is just average. He's a game manager. That's why. I think that's why Gatwood hates him, because everybody project him as this like great quarterback, but he just really a game manager. So we really gonna see Tua at work here with these weapons. I believe they brought him running back the Dolphins. I can't remember who it was. So they trying to build. And Tyler, you think the Dolphins are a serious contender?
A contender? No, not quite.
Really? Okay, explain why you don't think so.
Right now with Tua?
Yeah. You saying Tua is the S factor here of them not being a serious contender,
Yes.
when that defense was legit
Yes.
last season, and they won games. I mean, they wasn't no slouch.
You need a quarterback, an elite quarterback. Not even, maybe with that defense, not even elite, but it's better than him.
I mean, they went 9-8, right? They went 9-8 last year without the weapons, and Tua didn't have nobody to throw to. Devontae Parker was injured most of the time. Shoot, I can't remember his other receiver they had.
When you say contender, what you mean? When we say contender, that means like
playoff bound.
Playoff bound? They can make the playoffs.
I feel like
but are you going to take them serious once they make the playoffs? To go all the way?
In my opinion, that could be a sleeper team. Cause let's look, the running back I couldn't think of was Raheem Mustard. Raheem Mustard. There we go. Raheem Mustard. And they added Cedric Wilson. Yeah, I remember who Cedric Wilson is.
They also added Chase Edmonds from the Arizona Cardinals.
Chase Edmonds, that's the other guy.
Yeah.
This offense look pretty dope on paper right now. And they added a like an insurance guy type quarterback in Teddy Bridgewater.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, hey, the Tua don't right the ship. I mean, Teddy could come in and probably be a solid quarterback for him.
I'm gonna tell you a guy that they added, man. This is what Miami. I'm gonna call him the Miami 49ers, because that guy McDaniels, all he did is he gonna take that offense San Francisco gonna run. You're gonna see Tyreek Hill line up everywhere. He's not gonna just line up at wide receiver. He gonna do the exact same thing Deebo, but he's faster than Deebo. So imagine him catching that screen. Imagine him lining up as running back. Imagine him doing kick and punt returns. This guy's gonna be lining up everywhere. Then Mostert and Edmonds are gonna look just like Elijah Mitchell and those guys over there in San Francisco. Tua's not gonna have to do a lot, because he gonna have to do what John Elway did with the Denver Broncos. It's the same offense, bootleg and dink and dunk. Because Jimmy Garoppolo can run his offense, Tua can run it. But Devontae Parker, Jalen Waddle, and the Gesicki at tight end and a top 10 defense, they're gonna be tough.
They are. And this Tua fan, he asked me, he said, where would you rank the Dolphins right now in that division? I'll say they are second best. I say they give the Bills a run for their money. They play against each other. I think it'll be a close game. I ain't gonna lie. I think it'll be a pretty close game, but I still have them second best in that division.
You got who second best?
The Dolphins. Because I don't know. I haven't seen them play. I'm just looking at the roster. I'm like, this is a pretty good shape roster here. They had a couple of good vets on the team, and like I said, they went 9-8 last year without this offensive prowess they have. They picking up, they connecting all these players too. So we looking at a team that went 9-8. They're adding quality pieces. So it just really like Tyler was saying, it's gonna just come down to Tua. But if Tua can be a Jimmy G, I don't see why not they can be a serious contender. Because Jimmy G, when he was with the 49 had legit defense, and guess what the Dolphins have? A legit defense. So
And
why
and
not?
and another thing the Dolphins have, they get to play the Jets, and, and then also
That's a
another
great
thing.
point.
Every year looks different. Just because Buffalo was a world beater last year, don't mean they're gonna be one this year. Um, the Miami Dolphins, the Broncos, somebody, every year different teams make a few teams drop out of the playoffs and some teams enter for the first time. So somebody's gonna show up. It's either gonna be the Dolphins or the Broncos or the Browns. Somebody's coming in there and making some noise because they may be your next year's Bengals. Because I don't think the Bengals are gonna. Everybody got a book on them now, and
Mhm.
so it's hard to get back to the Super Bowl after losing. Ask my 49ers and other teams that lose in the Super Bowl. So yeah, man, it's gonna be one of them years where it's gonna be a great year to watch football, especially the
Oh my
AFC.
goodness. Yeah, keep going. I was just saying I agree with you.
Yeah, most definitely. I just closing right there. Basically, just
Okay.
it's gonna be a good year.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good year. Can't wait to see how some of these teams do, like the Dolphins, because like I said, on paper, they look like they ready to do something, especially in the
So not
AFC with all these. Ooh, AFC gonna be tough, man. Some good teams gonna be missing the playoffs. Somebody gonna be missing the playoffs. It's gonna be interesting for real. Uh, so we heard the breaking news of Bruce Arians retiring. I know. I was like, dang, like it just seemed like it's news every week. It's something, 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 something. And first I was shocked by Sean Payton when he retired. That really hurt my heart right there.
yeah,
And now when Bruce Arians retiring, I feel a little bit better. I'm like, the Buccaneers are handicapped just like we are. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, but Tyler, did Tom Brady have something to do with this or what?
man, no. Everything ain't no conspiracy, man.
You don't think so? You don't think it's
No,
odd that he
man.
came out turn like, yo, I'm here, I'm back, but only if so and so I don't gotta talk to that mother sucker. I don't have to talk to him, you know what I'm saying? Get him out the way, give him a nice little cushion job in the front office, you know what I'm saying? Get my boy
Nah,
Todd
man.
Bowles in there, then yeah, well, I'll come back.
You think
Yeah,
it?
so it's none of
Nah,
that.
man. Nah, nah.
All right, see, so you saying there's none of that dibbling dabbling going on.
I don't think so, man. It's weird. Y'all don't find this weird? The whole situation, like how it played out, like it's something that's gonna come out, and
Hmm.
it's more to this story. It's gonna be a good book.
It's strange, ain't it? Then
Yeah.
just out of the blue, Tom Brady come back, then bam. Cause I remember the reports were that Bruce Arians like asking Tom, like, yeah, he might come out of time, like I'm trying to get him come back and all that type of jazz. Now, son, he comes back, then he like, I'm retiring.
And and the
Just
way
playing.
the way Todd Bowles gets the job. Now he's the guy that you give the job to. You pass over Byron Leftwich. Todd Bowles has been a head coach in this league, and he sucked at it. It was teams, or I feel like you should never
Fuck
hire a
with that.
defensive coordinator. Defensive coordinators don't make good coaches to me. They struggle. You look across the league, there's a lot of offensive coordinators who are head coaches, and they do a good job because you can call plays and then go get you a solid defensive coordinator. But let's see how Brady plays this out because there were rumors he wanted to go to Miami. Now think about this now.
Hmm.
Brady is doing what LeBron is doing now in football. Brady's saying, listen, I'm trying to run this ring thing up. I'm looking at the Miami Dolphins. I go down to the Miami Dolphins. we're going to the Super Bowl next.
Automatically.
Like he ain't fearing nothing in the AFC because he's saying they're young, they're fast, they're physical. So, the Bucks the Bucks collectively as a team, they're old now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and they can't beat the Saints. Flat out can't beat the Saints. So, it's a bad
Speak on
matchup.
it.
It's a
Now,
bad matchup when they play New Orleans, and I don't think they match up with us. I mean, but we'll see.
they
I think
don't.
that's weird. It's
I
weird.
think Tom Brady looking at this as an opportunity to go to a team like the Dolphins, where you know he was overshadowed Tua in a heartbeat. They're like, hey, we seen you, Tom. If you just send Tua over here, I think they'd do that in a heartbeat, man. And now that would be a scary sight to see Tom Brady in that Dolphins uniform with Tyreek Hill, Cedric Wilson, Waddle, Devontae Parker, Mike Gesicki. Man, the list go on and on. I mean, like pick your poison,
A
pretty
team that
much.
Brian Flores built. And watch
Mm-hmm.
this kid. This kid finna win with this team.
Yeah, it should be Brian Flores for real, but here come
Mm-hmm.
Mike Daniels in here.
Mm-hmm.
But especially if you get Tom Brady, or even if he takes to it and get him to like go take this team to the playoffs, he still gonna get all the credit when his team was really built. Cause what they added Hill and
Mm-hmm.
Wilson, and they
And
added Chase Edmonds. Added Chase Edmonds, who lost his running back job to
uh,
what's his name?
James
Steelers old running back.
James
Who?
Conner.
James Conner. Yeah, James Conner. My mind went blank. I saw his face. But so the team is ripe. I mean, Brian Flores, planting the seeds, putting the hard work, and now Mike Daniels, he might get all the credit. Who knows? We'll see how the team goes. But Tom Brady just if he goes to Miami, man, it's gonna be crazy. The ALC, I think Russell Wilson like, man, I came here to win a Super Bowl, but now Tom Brady back over in the division with me, like in the same conference and everything. Like, come on, man, can't catch a break. So it's gonna be crazy to see how this whole storyline, like you said, like RC was talking about, something a little bit more than this. Something's not right, so something is gonna come out sooner or later, and it's gonna be interesting since Bruce Arians moved up to the front office. And so we heard about the new overtime rules, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll just read them for everybody just in case they don't know. Uh Basically each team in the playoffs will get one possession. Like I said, in the playoffs. It's not gonna be implemented in the regular season, just the playoffs. So no more if you score a touchdown, you win a game. No, if you score a touchdown, the other team get an opportunity to score also. In my opinion, this rule is bogus. You are paid to stop that offense from scoring a touchdown. You literally just gotta stop the team and make them kick a field goal, and you get the ball back, and now it's your turn to try to score. If you couldn't stop him for 4 quarters from scoring a touchdown, then that's your fault. You should have took care of business beforehand. And all because of what happened to Buffalo, and remember what happened to Chiefs. Was it last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was last year. So I don't like this overtime rule. I guess I'm kind of old school where you stop them, you dig your heels in, and you you know, make them kick the ball back off to you.
Where it's
But
clear, it's a clear indication that they catering to the offense again. Like you
mm-hmm.
said, I feel like that's why the game against Buffalo and Kansas City was so crazy because nobody couldn't stop anybody. But man, to be honest with you, these is kind of they're prisoners of the moment. They're changing these rules up. It's kind of like the NBA went to the play-in. It's like, what are you doing? Like for most of our lives, we've seen the game one way, and
Yeah.
now you finna now you're turning into arena football. You're turning you're not the NFL anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to cater to everybody. Just take your L and go home. All you gotta do is play
Exactly.
against Patrick Mahomes. I know I make this sound. Anybody viewing this or listening to this, I don't want to make it sound like I got all the answers, but I know what I know. When you make Patrick Mahomes, you play in a zone, cover 2 or cover 3, and make him work down the field, he gonna turn it over. But if you just play man, you're going to sleep. And so if I know that sitting at home, the Buffalo Bills should have knew that.
Yeah,
So, like, come on, man, it's not rocket science. You let a team beat you with 13 seconds.
that's
You're
their
supposed
fault.
to. Yeah, that's bad. Don't change the
That,
rule. Fire some people.
yeah, get better. I mean, you getting paid big bucks to figure out how to stop a team, and you like I said, you had 4 quarters to make it stop, and you couldn't get the job done. Now they're like, oh, we're gonna award you. Oh, you know they made it seem like Josh Allen he put on his heroic performance, and now it's down the drain because the defense couldn't stop nobody. We'll say they it happens in overtime. Josh Allen does get the ball back, he scored, and the Chiefs get the ball back and go back down the field and score again. Like that was happening during the whole game, back and forth, back and forth. It just is what it is. Defense need to man up. They getting paid top dollar. Stop somebody.
Fire Leslie Frazier. Leslie Frazier, fire him. He stayed. He kept his job. He kept his.
Yeah,
He should have
you
been
didn't
fired.
do nothing about it. Tyler, I know you a favorite for the overtime rules because you mentioned it last year. So go ahead and say your piece and be done.
Nah, I kind of changed my mind with it because it's like I kind of like the idea of you just got to stop them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It ain't given to you
Are you now on your edge of your seat
yeah
when overtime happened? You like, oh shoot, come on defense, come on baby, make a play. Somebody make a play. I feel like
yeah
it take the edge out the game because you're like, okay, they
yeah
scored.
they
Now it's
finna
our
go
turn.
score. Like
Yeah.
now people may be I ain't gonna say obligated to let them score, but this just lowers the stakes, like you said. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's not like your adrenaline is not pumping. Like, okay, they scored. Okay, yeah, we still got a chance though. We still got a chance. No, man, in
Yeah,
overtime, you see that team get the ball, you standing up the whole time. You stand up, you
yeah,
just waiting. When that big play happen, if it's even better like that. But now I think it won't be as intense and as fun, man. But hey, what do we know? The owners, I think owners just trying to line their pockets up with more money. You know, that's all it is. The more airtime, the better.
yeah.
So, and it just man, all these crybaby athletes, man, they start crying. They want to change rules because they didn't win or something didn't go their way. Man, no.
And that's
I don't
football.
think it was the athlete though. I think it was the owners maybe or the fans. You know, they cater to the fans. I mean, to be honest with you, man, like the athlete is they don't really care. They get. I ain't gonna say they don't care, but they don't have a choice. They don't have a choice. Whatever they decide, they're gonna roll with it. But just think about this for a minute. We already got a game where you can't tackle, you can't touch. Now that game was too long already. That game should have been over with. Now you're gonna force us to watch them. You're gonna be on your seat even more. It's like what if Jimmy Garoppolo? I'm in a situation where he's going. You know, they go down and score, then he go. They're getting hot. We're getting hot. I gotta keep watching him and waiting on him to do what I know he gonna do. I know eventually Ricky gonna get shot. You know, I talk about Ricky. Ricky gonna get shot eventually. So it's just you're dying a slow damn death. Just go
Yeah.
put you out of misery, man. Like so, just prolonging the game. But you
Just
just
prolong game,
I
man.
also feel like coupled with the rules, it's like, and maybe this might have something to do with it. Coupled with the rules, like RC said, you can't tackle nobody, you can't touch nobody. It's like some teams may feel like whoever gets the ball first is a wrap because of the rules. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel what you're saying.
But I don't know. I just think they should change the rules, I guess, instead of doing this.
It's sad that, and they try to talk about us Saints fan, how we cry about the no call. There's a legit reason to cry. I don't care what nobody say. There's a legit reason to write letters to the NFL.
Yeah, that was
And
rough, man.
Kai, it was at this point I was like this too. I was like, we are replaying this game back to the no call. Cause I think somebody said it happened one time in history where a game was replayed the next day because of something happened. I can't remember. I wish I can find an article and post it. It happened in NFL. They actually replayed, where they left off at. But I knew that wasn't gonna happen. But still,
That one hurt. I ain't gonna lie.
that did hurt. That did.
That
I'm
hurt.
still mad about that. Uh, RC, is the 49ers, are they gonna pay Deebo Samuel? Like, what's the issue with him and the 49ers right now?
I think this is the most ridiculous thing I've seen in the news. I think it's almost funny because John Lynch has come out a couple times saying that Nick Bosa and Deebo Samuels will be 49ers for a long time. I think what's going on right now, man, is these beat writers are looking for ways to try to get themselves, they're writing false stuff. Like, I don't even know why Deebo is not, he's still on his rookie contract, so he's going to have to extend the contract. And it's going to happen. It's just right now our hands are tied because of Jimmy Garoppolo still in the books. But if the 49ers get rid of Deebo Samuels, they're going to have a problem. It ain't going to have nothing to do with teams they play in the National Football League. That fan base is crazy. The Steelers, the Cowboys, the 49ers, the Saints. It's a couple fan bases. The Raiders, they will burn that sun gun down. So they better do the right thing, man. Like, I ain't even worried about that. Now, I saw his name tied with DK Metcalf. Now, there going to be teams calling, asking for Deebo.
Mm-hmm.
But what would the 49ers look like without Deebo? They would be like the 48ers. They wouldn't be the 49ers. They'd be like you
Yeah.
can't have a 49er without a Deebo Samuel. So I think it's just a witch hunt. I think it's good for, it's a rumor.
Yeah.
I didn't think Tyreek, but Tyreek was time. It was time for Tyreek to get paid. Deebo's on his rookie contract.
Yeah. So what's the issue? Yeah, he's on his rookie contract, so he can't really negotiate like he
Yeah,
want to because he's
they're gonna
taking a
do.
contract. It's like basically next year, all this hyping up for next year. I think, like you saying, like people just putting up smoke where there's no fire. You know what I'm
They're,
saying?
they're gonna pay him. They gotta pay him and Nick Bosa. They're gonna
Yeah.
pay. They're gonna do him like they did Fred Warner. They're gonna extend that contract. But here's the issue: you got a quarterback on your team that's making $25 million,
And y'all can't move him.
and you got a rookie quarterback that's being paid. He was a top 3 pick. Okay,
Hmm.
you got to get rid of, and then you got to. Here's another thing: you got a D Ford who's played 12 games in 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
so he's making $50 million. He done gave back
Woo.
10. He done gave back, I think, 8 or 9 million of that 50 million, restructuring his contract. So man, listen, Deebo Samuels is the least of our worries. We got to get the egg sucking dog Jimmy Garoppolo off the roster. That's what we got to
Y'all,
go.
that man like a leech. Y'all can't take him off, bro. Y'all trying your hardest to get rid of him, but I heard a report that y'all sticking with him. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
That he probably gonna be your quarterback going into this season.
Well, it depends on how Trey does in the offseason. But man, isn't it
Jimmy,
crazy?
you think Jimmy G is too pricey to put on the bench? He's a little
No,
pricey to not
Jimmy,
play.
as we get closer to the draft, Jimmy had shoulder surgery, which was smart by Jimmy Garoppolo. His agent is a genius. Jimmy, if you let them trade you completely healthy, then they can send you where they want you to go. If you have this surgery, it slows, the market's gonna dry up. Until you heal, the market's gonna dry up. Then you'll be able to go to a better spot, probably a winning team versus a horrible team that's losing. So it's gonna play into Jimmy's favor. You're probably gonna see the Houston Texans. You'll probably see teams that, don't be surprised you see New England, not New England. No, it'll be somebody like that we least expected to bring him in. 'Cause he gonna go start somewhere. I'm looking at Houston, Carolina, teams like that. So maybe the Falcons bring him in and give up those draft picks. So he won't be there.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting how they handle Jimmy G in this whole process because like you said, they drafted Trey Lance and Jimmy G's getting all his money, so they're gonna have to do something with him pretty fast because it's kind of holding the team back, Jimmy's contract. So you think DK is more likely to get traded than Deebo?
Yeah, him and Tyler Lockett gonna be out of Seattle. Seattle's got a wholesale going on. It's a flea market over there. DK Metcalf, my biggest fear is that he ends up in Green Bay or you know, somewhere like that. Um, you don't be surprised. Kansas City could go get him. Kansas City got a card they're gonna play. You just lost Tariq Hill and you had money to pay him. He just wanted more money. So they got money to spend. So, DK is not gonna just die over in Seattle. He going somewhere, just a matter of time.
What is Seattle front office doing with DK with this whole scenario? Like they traded Russell Wilson. Now they talking about DK might be on the move. Like, I don't understand what they trying to build here, because y'all saying there's not really a quarterback in the draft that y'all think is warranting a first round pick. Maybe Puckett or Malik Willis, but why would they trade a star player receiver? And they thinking about bringing in a quarterback, a young quarterback, to be there, to be the nucleus for the team. But it seems like they exploding the whole roster from what I see, and it's just kind of weird how they trying to. I don't know what they trying to do here. I can't figure it out. So Tyler, you think DK? If you were in Seattle front office, you think you'd trade DK?
No, I wouldn't. But it's like I'm like you. I can't figure out what their game plan is here. It's hard to follow.
It is hard to follow because wasn't they looking at Baker?
Yeah,
earlier.
they said they didn't want Baker, didn't they? They came out and said that, didn't they?
I don't know.
Have they said that? What's the quarterback name? I'm losing his name.
Who?
That they just traded for with
Drew Lock.
Drew Lock.
Drew Lock.
Did they ever say that he was their guy? Did they?
Yeah, he did that.
Yeah.
What the world? Yeah, see, I don't know.
That's what I'm not getting at. Will you keep DK?
Yeah.
Then go get a quarterback?
That makes sense to me. I don't know.
Pete Carroll, man, he's getting old.
It's not Pete Carroll. It's not Pete Carroll, man. It's the front office trying to get rid of Pete Carroll, because if Drew Lock not better than Colin Kaepernick right now. Like, I would take Colin Kaepernick. I ain't seen him in 6 years. I would take him over Drew Lock. Drew Lock, when you say that Drew Lock is your starting quarterback, what you're saying is, Seattle, you'll be picking number 1 next year, because that nobody is fearing Drew Lock at all. And then Russell played behind that offensive line. That offensive line was horrible, and he could run. He was the most sacked quarterback. So imagine what Drew Lock, who isn't as mobile as Russell Wilson, he's finna be running for his life, and I love it. We're gonna be
I don't mind Seattle sucking. Trust me. I want the Saints to try to get into the playoffs, so less good teams in NFC is good for us, man.
Y'all definitely making the playoffs this year, man. Listen, it's 4 teams in the NFC. That's it. Everybody else, the Detroit. I'm picking. I can't wait till we get to a point where we're gonna pick the divisions and who's gonna win. I'm putting on record right now. Detroit Lions are going to the playoffs. They're gonna win the division. Watch. Detroit Lions are going to the playoffs.
Yeah, because the NFC is kind of sloppy, man. It's a mess. It's a mess for real. So since we mentioned the Saints, Winston signed back with New Orleans, and all the fans are hyped because we didn't get Watson, the whole ordeal, and then everybody's like, we giving up too much. The Saints fans, we are loyal to our players. And I'll listen to Bobby Hebert.
You are not loyal to Traquan, but go ahead.
Traquan, in my eyes, is not a Saint.
Just my God.
Like that. You know how you had a kid, you give him a jersey just to make it feel like he part of the team. That's Traquan.
Wow.
We just give him a little honorary jersey, make him feel special.
That's
But
crazy.
with Winston coming, like a lot of fans didn't want Watson. They didn't because they didn't want to give up all that stuff for him because of the unknown that he might get suspended this season, all that type of stuff. So everybody wanted Winston. So everybody happy now. And the Saints, we just need a couple more pieces to put around Jameis. And I think we good, man. I think we probably the third best team in the NFC. No lie. Of course, I'd probably say the Rams are number one.
They signed Bobby Wagner today, didn't they?
How crazy is that? Yeah, the Rams signed Bobby Wagner. I think the deal was like 5 years, 60 million or something like that.
Real.
Yeah. But back to what I was saying, no, my bad. They signed 5 year, 50 million. It can go up to 65 million. So plus the Sanders. But
For
if we
Bobby
put
Wagner,
Bobby Wagner.
he'll play 2 years.
He looked kind of all right. Don't take this the wrong way. He looked kind of washed.
Bro, listen to me. When I saw Von Miller sign a 5-year deal, Von Miller won't play 5 years. He's done after this. He gonna do. We done seen this movie before. When them players have been with them teams that long, and they get the team cut them, and they start going to other teams, they just go in to get the money. Like if that would have been a 1-year deal, I say he finna ball out. But 5 years, the Rams just needed that name. They just needed that name. They lost a lot. You lose a lot. And I think they just wanted to sign a name so they can sell some tickets. But Bobby Wagner, he wasn't that good in Seattle this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He looked kind of slow and not as good as previous years.
I mean,
You know what?
you're the last surviving temptation.
Still doing that
Same work.
You know what this signing almost remind me of? Clay Matthews
Right.
when Green Bay released
Right.
him. He was on the end of his career,
Right.
and I feel like the same thing with Bobby Wagner. He was on the market for way too long, and you hardly heard his name called last year. I think the writing on the wall for him, like you said, he's not gonna play this whole 5 years out. He might play 2 years max, and like I was saying about Jameis Winston, though, the Saints, if we just add some receivers, we just have Michael Jenkins retired. If we shore up where we lost Michael Jenkins and signed Tyrann Mathieu, I think that'll be a great addition. But the Saints right now, we have a strong team. And I think we still not being taken seriously because of the whole Jameis aspect. We lost Sean Payton. We might have Kamara miss a couple games this season because of the assault in Las Vegas. But and all in all, this is a dang good team, man. And I think that bringing Jameis back was the right move. Plus, we kept all our key players and draft picks. So it's gonna be interesting to see how Dennis Allen, who's another defensive-minded coach, guide the ship in the NFC. It's gonna be, like I said, it's gonna be some great games for sure. All right, let's go and get into our top 10 running backs. This should be really interesting because I was torn when I got to about like 7 to 8.
Yeah, it got kind of rough for me.
It was like, cause I feel like most of you guys are about the same when you get to 7 to 8, 9, 10. They almost about the same. I'll start off. Gatwood, since he ain't here, he didn't have a list. So we're just gonna go off what we have. So we'll go like this: me, RC, then Tyler. All right. My first number one running back is Derrick Henry. We already know what he did, so I just had to get him the number one spot because, even with the injuries, he still almost ran for 1,000 yards this year, which is crazy. He was on pace for 2,000. So that's kind of crazy to me. So for me, he's my number one.
Okay, well, I'm going the other way because when I look at running backs, um, I want a guy that can do everything. It's going to surprise you. I'm going to Alvin Kamara number one
Mm.
because I think they paid him $72 million. I think
Mm-hmm.
the salary, and when I watched him play, he does everything, and that's what I like as a running back. I would like to have as a running back in my backfield is a guy I could throw it to him out the backfield. He can make you miss. He can line up a receiver. So I'm taking Alvin Kamara.
I ain't mad at you. Who that? AK baby. I ain't mad at you. Tyler, who you have?
Saquon. No, I'm just playing.
No, I'm about oh boy, you. Hey, that must be April Fools. Boy, I'm about boy. You
That
almost
boy
made me
got,
blow out.
boy
Man, you
got
almost made me say.
I
I
triggered you,
looking
bro.
down. Hey, looking down my phone when you said that. Man, I looked up so fast. I had to look up like I'm looking at you. I was like, what you doing? Just say.
Nah, I had Derrick Henry though.
Okay, Derek Henry. What you had me going? See, like I said, he's he just done. He just have a longer record of doing this. Of being the best back in the league. So I just had to give it to him. I know Tyler felt the same way. He's just a machine. And Titans, it's sad how the Titans are abusing him, like to carry the whole load. It just kind of messed up. All right. So my second pick, I have Jonathan Taylor. I mean, I just like what the kid did this past season. I know he gonna continue with going in this season. I mean, he led the league in rushing. He had 18. He ran for 1,811 yards, 18 touchdowns. I mean, what can you say? The boy was beasting.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going with you guys number one pick. I'm going with Derrick Henry as number two. I think Derrick Henry is on the back nine. I think they don't run him into the ground. He's a great back. Still got a lot left in his legs. But you're finna see the decline of Derrick Henry. We saw it in the playoff game against the Bengals. He was running and falling. So I think we're not talking about body work. We're talking about right now. So he's number two for my right now.
I feel you. I feel you.
I had Alvin Kamara number two.
Alvin Kamara getting a lot of praise.
Definitely.
I mean, like I said, the boy is a beast, man. I mean, well, they don't call him Zoom for nothing. He just know how to he does everything for us. And for me it's gonna be interesting to see how if he gets suspended like 6 games.
Hmm.
I want to see how the running game translate without him in it. So it's gonna be interesting this coming up season. For me at number 3 I had Alvin Kamara. I wanted to put him number 2, but I was like Jonathan Taylor. He did put on the show. And Alvin Kamara, he missed a couple of games this season, so but he definitely gonna be in the top 3 next season, this coming up season. So he's right there for me.
All right. So Kamara's one. Um, Henry is two. Jonathan Taylor, I'm struggling with Jonathan Taylor and Dalvin Cook at 3 because I really don't.
Whoa. Okay.
It's tough because they both are game breakers, and so I'll get a slight edge to Jonathan Taylor because um I've seen him. When they feed him the way they're supposed to, he can take a game over.
Mm-hmm.
He breaking a 50-yarder, 40-yarder, and I feel like if he had a great quarterback with him, he would be hard to stop. So I'm gonna take the kid at 3.
What you just said right there with Matt Ryan, them add Matt Ryan, that takes so much pressure off him.
Well, mhm.
Like, I don't think people understand how big of the move that was, especially with the Colts have a good O line. It's not like Atlanta, so he gonna have time. The only thing the Colts would have to do is add receivers. They gotta add. I don't know if they'll be able to get a number 1, but they're gonna have to add at least. I think Jarvis Landry would do wonders. He almost like a Calvin Ridley.
In the
So they
spirit,
need.
The scary
They need
part
it.
is
Huh?
Julio. Julio's still available. Odell's
Yeah, Julio. There we go.
yeah.
Or a nice reunion. Oh man, the coach would be dangerous to add Julio to
Mm-hmm.
that offense. Tyler.
What we on? We on 3?
Yeah, 3.
I had Dalvin Cook 3.
Y'all are really loving Dalvin Cook. I
Healthy,
see.
a healthy Dalvin Cook, bro. He's different. It was, and for me, it was. I'm like RC. It was toss up between Jonathan Taylor and Dalvin Cook. I just think he might be like a better runner of the football, maybe.
This is the
It
only
was
thing I
hard.
have about Dalvin Cook. He always hurt.
Yeah.
Always hurt. And there is some games he disappeared. Right now he's fifth. He's fifth in the league in rushing last year. So he's fifth. I
And
mean,
he
yeah,
was
he
hurt a
does.
lot last year, wasn't he? And he was
Yeah,
fit.
yeah, he was in and out. I remember he was dealing with that foot
Yeah.
injury. Hey, why my phone keep going off? He was dealing with that foot injury and everything. I mean, I don't hate it, but I just think that's kind of high for Dalvin. I have Nick Chubb at 4.
Mm.
I mean, he basically the Browns' offense.
Yeah.
Well,
And
go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh, that's all I had. That's all he needed to say. God, he just carries the load. I mean, dude's a beast. He carries the Brown offense, man.
So I love Nick Chubb. He's a throwback. But I'm taking Dalvin Cook.
So you had Cat Cook at 4.
Mm-hmm.
I got. You had. Wait. You just want to say something?
No, I wasn't.
I got Jonathan Taylor at 4.
That's too low, Tyler. Boy, you
It was,
Colts fans
bro,
gonna hate you, man.
but it was tough, bro. You know what? I had him at 3, but it was, I don't know. It was tough. It was tough for me between him and Dalvin Cook.
If he's Taylor, definitely top 3. Like he knocked out. Well, of course he knocked out Christian McCaffrey. I think if McCaffrey was like healthy, he would be in the top 3. No questions. I think you could debate Taylor or McCaffrey. Taylor, but since
You could
he's not
convince me
healthy,
he's 3 over Dalvin though.
oh yeah. I feel like Dalvin Cook is like a poor. No, I want to say a poor man. Cause he's like grouped in that. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. I give him his respect. Cause he's grouped in that category of Alvin Kamara, Chris McCaffrey, Joe Mixon. Dalvin Cook is in that same mold.
Yep. Do everything.
He does everything. So I ain't gonna disrespect him. He's a good running back like that. Number 5, I have Christian McCaffrey because when he's healthy, even though he wasn't this season, but when he came back, he still put up huge numbers. He still had big games. So when he's fully healthy, I'm projecting him to be fully healthy this coming season. So I put him at 5. I couldn't drop him out of the top 5. I just couldn't do that to him because I know I seen his body at work. They just gonna have to use him like the Saints do Kamara. Like he don't run Kamara between the tackles 30 something times. No, let them split. No, put them out wide. No, let them do other things. No, you have Chuba Hubbard now, so no, delegate the carries and different things to Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah.
RC.
I'm taking Nick Chubb. Cause for me, it's like this is the running back thing for me. It's preference. Like
Yeah.
so many ways to skin a cat. So when I look at Nick Chubb and Christian McCaffrey, I got enough Christian McCaffrey's already in my top 3. They can do everything. Like
Mm-hmm.
and then also since he got paid, he's been ghost. I mean, he's been gone. I hadn't seen
He
him.
been hurt.
Yeah, I mean, he's almost in the same boat with Saquon. Like after they got, you know,
I want to say the same vote, RC. That's kind of brutal.
after they jumped off the screen and had those big years, disappeared because of injury. They got poor quarterback play. They get hurt a lot now because their body's banged up from all the carry. So, Chubb is a guy. He's a dude. He's been a dude. George
Mm-hmm.
always produces running back, so Chubb at 5.
Yeah, I got Chubb at 5 too.
Chubb entering the top 5. I don't think we had Chubb in the top 5 last year, Tyler.
Really?
I don't think we did. I had to go back and look at.
Oh, probably because of Christian McCaffrey though.
Yeah, I had to go back and look. All right, at 6, I have Dalvin Cook. I thought that was a great spot for him. I mean, 6 is not bad. It's not top 5, but it's definitely not bad. He's like Christian McCaffrey. Sometimes he just stay hurt, but
Yeah.
that's why I had McCaffrey at 5, him at 6, because of their injuries, the problem they be having with injuries. But they both dang on good, so it really should be like a 5B, to be honest, more than a 6 spot. But they ain't the rules of the game here. So Dalvin Cook at 6 spot for me.
All right, I'm going now. Now it gets tough for me. Now it gets tricky.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, at 6, I would put Christian McCaffrey at 6 because I really don't. It's starting to get tough, and his name is one of the household names. He's proven, and when he's healthy, he's a guy. Whenever he's healthy, so McCaffrey is at 6.
Yeah, I feel you.
I
All
got
right, Tyler.
no 6. I got Christian McCaffrey.
Okay, so y'all not thinking the same. I know Gatwood would probably have him outside the top 5 because he drafted him in fantasy last year and he almost screwed him because of the injury. Like it really upset a lot of people when he got hurt because in fantasy you pick him first pick, and usually your first pick gotta be that top dude, gotta be that guy. And so, but Gatwood was able to overcome, so he probably don't have him too much. At 7, I have Joe Mixon. I mean, like he's a poor. I don't stop saying that. A poor man. He's like Alvin Kamara though, but he don't have the same receiving skills as Kamara. But he gets the job done. He can run between the tackles. He's that guy that they lean on when they need a tough yardage or they might need yards at the catch. He can get that for you. So I have Joe Mixon at 7, and plus he don't get enough respect.
I'm with that, man. Joe Mixon is a very underrated running back, one of the best kept secrets in the National Football League. Got a chance to display that in the playoffs and then also in the Super Bowl. They kept feeding Joe Mixon. They won the Super Bowl. Even on the final play, they needed to get down. They took him out and put P. Ryan in, and it made sense.
Mm-hmm.
But Fick was in right then. But Joe Mixon, give him some love at 7.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about.
I like him at 7, and it's like I think that whole his run with the Bengals during the playoffs really, I ain't really know much about him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But his run with the Bengals really showed me how good he was. Underrated for sure.
Yeah, he definitely somebody that Joe Burrow relied on.
Yeah.
Like he took a lot of pressure off Joe Burrow. And like I say, he just underrated, man. He don't get enough respect. Now, this is another guy I have at 8. I was down on him. I still don't think he's all that great, but his numbers keep proving me wrong. So I'm going to say it. I have Austin Eckler at 8. To me, I thought he was just a scat back, but he started running between tackles. He's doing his thing, but numbers don't lie. He just always been productive. To be honest, he ran for 911 yards. Yeah, he really shot me. So even though he might not be that dude to some people, but he's pretty much consistent.
Well, we're at 7 or we're at 8?
We are at 8.
8.
Okay. Now, there's 3 guys. They're going to finish it out for me, but I'm trying to figure out how they're going to go. And I'm trying to be biased because being a 49er fan, you can be biased because I saw Elijah Mitchell emerge on the scene this year. But I know Kyle Shanahan, every year it's a different guy getting 1,000 yards. Never going to be the same guy. So Elijah Mitchell, I'm sorry, you're not making this list because every year we have a different guy leading in rushing. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna go with James Conner of the Arizona Cardinals. All he do is go touchdown.
Whoa.
He is a pain in my. He's in my division. He's a pain in my behind. And every time he touches the football, something happens. So James Conner, you got number 8.
You know, I don't really hate that pick, but James Conner, he just injured all them years and still, and all of a sudden he just come back all of a sudden for Arizona, and he leaves a bad taste in my mouth for having fancy, and he was a total bust, man. So I looked at James Conner and I just skipped right over
You
him.
had him in fantasy last year?
No, the year I had him the year before that when he was hurt.
Up last year.
Yeah, he was beasting last year. I was like, where is this at? But yeah, I ain't have him in my top 10 at all.
You didn't have
Top,
who in your top 10?
James Conner,
Oh.
Tyler.
See, now this is where it got dicey for me because I have a name and I ain't know how to feel about it myself. I put Aaron Jones.
Oh, okay. I ain't mad about that. That's a solid pick.
That's a good pick, and he's been slept. We really slept on dude, but I just don't. I think he's, to be personal, I think he's right where he's at on this list because he's an interchangeable piece too. I don't think he's just dynamic. It's that offense, that Kyle Shanahan offense that they run in Green Bay. I think it's the offense.
What's so funny is with Tyler having him at 8, I actually have Aaron Jones at 9. So he's right where he should be.
Wait, who did you have at 8? Austin Eckler?
Yep.
Yeah.
At 9, I have Aaron Jones because I feel like, he's underappreciated.
Uh-huh.
He's a hard runner, man. He get those touch yardage. I don't think the Green Bay offense would be the same without him. Even though they have old big dude, I can't remember his name, from the Green Bay Packers too. But Aaron Jones, man, he's a tough runner, man.
Dylan.
Yeah, AJ Dillon. And he always, he get them tough yardage, man. He's a baller, and that's why they love him in Green Bay, because he's a hard worker. So I have him at 9.
Well, for me, I looked at the running backs that were in the playoffs, and of course they didn't play for the Chiefs in Buffalo. It's the one in Las Vegas. That kid is a beast. That kid,
Mm-hmm.
he said, "Give me the ball in the second half. We're going to advance. We're going to make the playoffs, and we're going to advance in the playoffs." And so they didn't advance in playoffs, but he was tough, man. He was a handful. Of, I think he's right behind James Conner.
I wouldn't disagree with that. I like Josh. I like Josh Jacobs a lot.
It's tough. We on 9?
Yep.
What about Nick Chubb?
You said Nick Chubb?
Yeah.
You already had Nick Chubb.
Did I? No, not Nick Chubb. The other guy.
The guy that's in the back.
Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, Kareem
Hunt. Huh?
I just think
I feel like if he was a starter somewhere, he'd probably have close to 900 rushing yards. I think
he's a top 10. He's a top 10 talent to me. Like I've always felt that they had 2 top 10 running backs on their team, so I had to give him some love in the top 10. I feel like.
Yeah, he can carry the load too. You saw what he was in Kansas City. He was literally like one of the best running backs in the league before he kicked that girl. But that's another story.
Before he did what? don't even go.
Why you saying that? I ain't go nowhere. I'm just saying that. I'm saying why he's not a top running back anymore.
I forgot about that. That's crazy.
Yeah, he kicked the girl.
That's my 9 spot.
You got the kicker at 9, huh?
The kicker, running back, man.
All right, so this is gonna surprise y'all. I just like how the dude play football. He was a receiver in college, and he transitioned over to running back once he got to the NFL. I love his play style. and I have Antonio Gibson at 10
I like that dude,
from
man.
Washington from the Commanders.
That dude,
Washington,
is a commander. You hear me? That dude can play. That dude
yes,
can play. Yeah, I like him.
yeah. I was struggling between him and Josh Jacobs for my last spot, but I'm gonna give Antonio Gibson. He's been solid. He always play, through injuries. He just a football player, man.
For me, I'm going with this is a shocker. And we slept on dude. Dude is a Super Bowl champion. Dude is proven. Dude is a horse. Leonard Fournette at 10.
Oh my word!
Where y'all been at, man? How
I
did we
know.
forget
I knew
about
Ben was not gonna like.
Oh my word!
I knew
No,
Ben was not gonna like
RC.
oh, man?
No,
Lenny, you talking about Lenny? Lenny,
no.
Lenny.
man. What you doing, man?
Oh
Explain
my!
why. Why not?
Because he's not a top 10 running back. He's
Hold on,
like
hold
a
on, hold on,
top
hold on.
15.
Let me explain to you why he's still top 10. In the playoff game against the Rams, he made every big run that they needed, even on the 4th and 12. Then, okay, y'all stop him, but everybody else can't stop Leonard. Like Leonard still can play football. And I think if we get you put Austin, I wouldn't go say nothing. You put Austin Eckler, you can't even say that name 3 times in a row without biting your damn toe. Austin Eckler is at 7 or 8, wherever you at on your list, and you don't put Leonard Fournette, the Super Bowl winner.
Yes,
Leonard,
because
wow.
because let me tell you why. Leonard Fournette, he barely beat out what's that dude's name?
What is it? Ronald Blair, whatever his name.
No,
Ronald Jones, whatever his name.
Ronald Jones. I mean, he was playing time with Ronald Jones.
I mean,
If
everybody's
it
got
was
two running back system now.
but he was literally Ronald Jones was literally taking snaps from him. Austin Eckler ran for 9.11, and Leonard Fournette ran for 8.12.
But being honest,
He threw the ball a lot.
yeah.
Chargers threw a ball a lot.
Thomas Edward Brady ain't gonna let you run the ball like he never play with Derrick Henry, So answer this for me. Your dislike for Leonard Fournette, is it production or is just you don't like him? Period.
I just don't think he's top 10. I don't hate him. I don't think he's top 10. He's a good running back. He's probably I wouldn't say he was 11 or 12. He'd probably be like 13, 14, to be honest.
Okay, so this was my struggle. Hold on 1 second, Tyler. My struggle was Elijah Mitchell or Leonard Fournette. And I had to go with Leonard Fournette because Leonard Fournette has done it, his body of work. He's been more productive. Like he's been a better running back. This kid only had 1 good year, so I had to put Leonard at 10. So
Man, they're gonna kill you on Instagram.
Nah. No, they not.
hey, it is what it is, man. It's preference.
All right, Tyler. Well, I'll make a counter argument to RC, but I'll let you go ahead and get your last one in, Tyler.
I had Josh Jacobs at 10.
Okay, Jockett. Like I said, him and Antonio Gibson are interchangeable. They just really good football players.
Yeah.
But Fournette running behind that great old line. If you swap him, you put Leonard Fournette on the Titans. He's not doing what Derrick Henry doing. If you put Leonard Fournette on the Raiders, I don't think he's doing what Josh Jacobs is doing. If you put Leonard Fournette on the Commanders, he's not doing what Antonio Gibson is doing.
How do you know this?
Because look at the whole premise of Tampa. It's Tom Brady. Everybody fishes waited on Tom Brady. Nobody not game plan for Leonard. They know what he does. He run downhill.
So have you pulled up Leonard's stats from last year?
Yeah, I have him right here.
Okay, run them down to me, bud. I'm gonna pull them up as well. I'm trying to get to you.
All right, so he had 812 rushing yards, 8 touchdowns, 9 double digits. Let's see, what else you looking for? I wish I had catches, but catches they all in receivers. I just didn't scan through all that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't. His rush, they say rush first down percentage is like 4%. So that's like in the middle of the pack. But let me just throw these other names out here for you.
Okay.
Najee Harris is better than Leonard Fournette.
Okay.
Do you agree?
No.
He had 1,200 rushing yards.
He didn't have a quarterback at all.
But that's what that make Najee Harris more impressive. Cause he had Big Ben.
He had a lumberjack. So he had a lumberjack playing quarterback. He had a guy that would turn around, literally just handing him the football. He would go get the football. Everybody in the world knew he was going to run. First of all, this is why Leonard Fournette. You're talking about a 6 foot, 230-pound running back who runs with power and speed. Played only with 2 teams, Tampa Bay, played with Jacksonville. But here's the most impressive thing about Leonard Fournette to me. Like, whatever they ask him to do, he can do it. He was in the game when it mattered, not Jones. He was in the game when it mattered against the Rams. He did what he's supposed to do. Now they still have an 8-man front for Leonard Fournette. He had some big games last year. The Gibson kid hadn't done it long enough for me. Eckler is a second back. He's not a starting back. He's not a lead rusher. You wouldn't say, "Hey man, next game we got to get ready for Austin Eckler."
I said the same thing. I was down on Eckler too, but I went back and looked at the numbers. He ran for 911 rushing yards, and he had like 60-something catches.
Okay, but Leonard has been hurt. He has. But what I think the thing that we all forget about, this guy's a special talent, man. He averaging for his career 5 yards, almost 4. Or he averaged 4 yards a carry. So I don't know, man. Me preference at 10, you can close your eyes and pick somebody.
Spin the wheel, huh? All right, so let me go back to Najee Harris' point. Nah, this is gonna be crazy, RC. Like I say, Najee Harris only almost made it to my top 10, but he was a rookie, right?
Hold on, where you got Antonio Gibson at?
10.
Okay, so the difference.
No, I have him at I have him at 10.
So Antonio Gibson at 10, and you've seen how many Antonio Gibson's games?
I've seen a good bit.
And
they play against. They always put them.
Help me,
sorry games on Sunday on Monday. What are you laughing about?
Antonio Gibson. You said Instagram gonna kill me. They finna go look up who the hell Antonio Gibson is.
They know who he is.
You got
Ray Gibson. Like, who is this
Antonio Ray? You got Antonio Gibson over Leonard Fournette, Ben?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's preference. That's like saying, "Hey, I like."
They give me Ed, but no, that's not okay. That might be preference, but Najee Harris is better than Fournette. Is not preference though. They're gonna shock you. What I'm about to read you. All right, so you remember what I told you? He ran for 1,200 yards, right?
Yeah.
He had 74 catches for 467 yards.
Once again, he had a guy that can only throw from here to whatever wall you're looking at. I mean, and Najee was the wall. So my thing, okay, I'm looking at Leonard's stat. Leonard, I have not realized how many Leonard ain't put together enough regular season 1,000-yard rushing. Okay, but he's been hurt a lot. I think for me, I'm thinking LSU and pros together, and that's what I'm on. And I didn't realize he was this young, man. Like this guy is
Yeah. He only been like 5 years in the league, I believe.
Yeah, like why did he feel so? He only got 3,000 total yards rushing. He ain't done nothing in those. So yeah, it's close. It's just a thing. It's like we were arguing about Tannenhill
and Baker.
Yeah, just pick one. So
I mean, like I said, a lot of people are gonna be they probably gonna be yelling at all of us, cause I know a lot of people how they feel about Najee Harris.
Yeah,
and
it's 1 year.
That's why they have him in my top 10, because 1 year. Just like when they had Joe Burrow in like top 3, he's not making my top 3.
Yeah.
So
Running backs is the hardest thing for me to
It
rank.
is.
That's
But
why
hold
my
on,
quarterback.
how y'all feel about James Robinson and DeAndre Swift? Those are my underrated mentions. Was
Now listen, now
DeAndre Swift and James Robinson.
James Robinson good, but also the Broncos, Jamal Williams, I think that's his name, whatever his name is.
Javonte Williams.
That kid is gonna
Yeah,
light
he
it up.
ran for 903.
So yeah, man, yeah. We're
Yeah.
we're cooking with no grease right now. We're gonna eat us all alive, I guess. Me and you especially. And Austin Eckler and Leonard Fournette gonna catch it. Yeah, I know it.
Yeah, yeah. Especially with Saints fan hear about this. They're like, man, y'all let him put in the Buccaneer in the top
I
10.
mean, you gotta have him. I mean, really and truly, just name value. Who left?
Yeah. Like I said, all them guys are like neck and neck. It really, like you said, is grasping at squalls because I feel like Antonio Gibson and James Robinson, Josh Jacobs, all them guys are like right there for Ned. All them, they just right there.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's really gonna be like a fan favorite. Like, oh, that's my boy, so I'm gonna go with Antonio Gibson. Oh, that's DeAndre Swift. I'm gonna go with him because he's better than Antonio
I ain't
Gibson.
gonna
So,
lie. Antonio Gibson, I watched him play, and I was like, this kid is a dog, man. Like, I don't nobody know about this kid. Like, this kid, and I thought about it. He played for the Washington.
Commanders. Yeah, like I knew about Antonio Gibson. 'Cause I play fantasy football, so I keep up with a lot of these guys, and I've
Cowboy
seen
fans
this in
know
games.
who he is.
Who, Tyler?
Tyler's a Cowboy fan?
Nah, Tyler's a Saints
Nah,
fan.
Okay. I want to say, don't do that to yourself, bro.
Tyler's, man, you gonna let that man insult you like that?
nah.
All right, so if y'all want to talk about, it, we can. Uh, Will and Jada. You know, if y'all ain't heard, we're gonna start this new segment of our podcast called Overtime. Right now, we're working out the kinks and the works of it. Gonna have his own logo and everything. So, when we move on to a different segment, more about celebrities and athletes getting in trouble and stuff like that, we're gonna call it the show Overtime. Just letting y'all know. So this is like a little preview of Overtime.
Mhm.
Will and Jada, go to the Oscars. Nobody knew about the Oscars. And Jada's dealing with hair loss, disease. I don't know what you call it, RC. What's the name of it?
Alopecia. I think.
Alopecia.
Alopecia.
Yeah.
Alopecia. Yep.
Yeah, so while on stage, Chris Rock make a joke about G.I. Jane 2. It was pretty smart joke, whatever. And they at first we were laughing cause I saw a video, we were laughing at it. And Jada was like rolled her eyes and she was pretty upset. And I guess Will saw that and he like changed his whole mood. And he cussed out Chris Rock. He walked on stage and slapped Chris Rock and walk off and then cussed at him and all that type of jazz. So a lot of people were saying it was rude for Will Smith to do that. That it was very immature and all that type of jazz. And I would just like to hear RC and Tyler's take on this. I'll let you go first and say yours what you need to say about this.
Okay. Under any circumstance, you really can't let nobody talk about your wife, right?
Yeah.
But I feel bad for this man, Will Smith, bro. Like it's like you said, he was laughing at first, right? He looked over and saying she was upset. So it's like, oh nah, look, now I gotta do something. You know what I'm saying? Man, I watched this man at the red table, bro, because Jada wanna out all their business, all this in tears, bro, eyes red, bro, as the table was, bro. Seriously. So it's
Yeah.
like I feel like she got him by the throat, man.
Yeah.
She got her hand in his back like a puppet almost. It's crazy.
She used the Jedi mind trick on him.
Yeah, like I hate it for him. I really do.
RC, what you gotta say about it?
Man, it's tough, man. I'm with Tyler on this one. Like, I think Will's trying to earn the Jada's respect or love, whatever. But because y'all got to think about something. They're using a dead Tupac on this man. They're using a younger man who, they're in an open relationship, and the wife make their business public. And now they're finding out the hard way that you might need to have, even though it's an open relationship, it needs to be private. They're learning that, I think Will's starting to realize probably that, and it's tough that the world knows who he really is. Like, he's exposed, and that's
Mm-hmm.
because of the woman he choosing to be with. Now, she ain't got a gun to his head, y'all, but it looked like she do have her hand in his back. And I want to say this for both of them. I feel sad for both of them because can you imagine if your relationship was under a microscope and was being dissected by millions of people? Can you imagine if people knew your good and your bad that's going on in your relationship and they spoke about it like they knew you? And that's got to be mentally taxing for the both of them. It'll cost you to lose more than hair.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to be glad that this dude didn't walk up and do something crazier than a slap because he ain't
Yeah.
he not crazy, but he tired. And
I make you do crazy stuff.
yeah, man. I mean, he's not thinking clearly. It was in the moment. I think for me, when he gets up and he talks about having to laugh when he really want to cry, he talks about different things like that. I'm like, this is the human side of Will Smith.
Mm-hmm.
But in closing, Will Smith was a clean dude, and he's dealing with a woman that's. I feel like she's trying to dirty him up, trying to make him
She broke him
break him down.
mentally.
It's
Yep.
rough. It's like it's always something like in everybody know what she had, whatever she had with Tupac, right? Every time his birthday come around, she got something to say like "I love you." You know what I'm saying? She always releasing something about Tupac. Man, that's it's rough, man, for Will. I hate it for him.
Yeah, and everybody like, why he won't leave? I mean, when you under control like that, it's hard to get away from
Somebody
somebody
you
you
love,
think you love. Like he think he love her to the moon, but man,
nah, he love her.
I think it's a little bit of manipulating and love going on
Obsession.
there.
Obsession.
Yeah,
And also, man,
exactly.
I think too, like the tough thing about relationships is they're easy to get into and hard to get out of. You just
Yeah.
can't turn a light switch off on a person. If you can turn your light switch off and just leave, you didn't care nothing about them in the first place. And these two people have been together for a long time. Hollywood relationships aren't like local relationships, and they're into a lot of different things. So
Uh-huh.
when I watch both of them, like they got videos of her after Will comes off stage and is laughing, because Chris Rock said that Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me, and she's laughing about it, and I'm like, wait a minute, like
See,
Dang, that's a quick change up.
and, and
that's bad, bro.
and you didn't try to stop him from going up there.
Exactly.
So my thing is, people who have your best interest, they're gonna say, "Hey, man, don't do that. No, you ain't got to defend my." They would. Some woman would have been trying to talk him
She would
down,
grab them. Yeah, she would ran up there and grab them.
but he's trying to prove to her that he got a little Tupac in him or beat. I'm tough too, and I'm like, dude, you knew who you could slap. You knew that Chris Rock was slappable
He
because,
ain't slapping Dave Chappelle.
well,
There's
he ain't slapping too many people, man. I think he's slapping. He know who Chris Rock is. They're
But
friends.
then they have history too. Chris Rock and Jada have history. Like they don't like each other like that. So
Chris Rock,
I
Chris Rock probably don't like Jada because he see Jada,
mm-hmm.
who she really is. But the one alarming thing about Chris Rock is he said in his what he wrote the statement. He said that they're friends, and I thought to myself, why would a friend attack another friend that way?
Nah.
And then I said, okay, yeah, they are friends because you have friends that do that.
Well, I'll say
uh,
I don't think I have friends. I think my friend would put me in my place. Like, hey man, don't be saying that about my wife. Like he wouldn't win on stage, but my friend would probably check me. A
No,
friend would
yeah.
check
no,
you.
what I'm saying, what I mean by
Oh,
these new age friends, these day one, these best friends, they jealous and envy of certain people.
okay. I see what you're saying.
So they'll be the first one to put the knife in your back, the first one to talk about you, and that's what Chris Rock did. If this your boy and your homeboy, your homegirl, you're not talking about her, what she got going on. You're gonna avoid that altogether.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And so,
Yeah, I
so
agree.
he said that he crossed the line. He said, "I crossed the line. Them are my friends." Well, no, they not. You know,
That joke, I don't, I did, for I said I didn't like the joke. I thought
corny.
it was
Yeah,
corny
it
to me, and
was.
it wasn't
Like
appropriate.
worse things have been said about Will and Jada, and he ain't slapped nobody.
Yeah, that's my point. And then, like you said, for them, because they friends, he said they friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, dude, you could have handled this. You could have even slapped them backstage afterwards. You
Mm-hmm.
slapped him
Like
on
I
TV.
see you. I see
Yeah,
you. I see you.
but
So,
this woman got you so messed
I
up that
prove
you just
myself.
like, yeah, like, oh no,
but
I
wait a
gotta
minute.
go
Wait a minute.
Tupac this dude.
Let's say it is Hollywood, and if you look at Will, I ain't never seen a man slap another man like that, but on a movie.
On TV.
Like
Like Rick James.
his, his face goes down, his hand comes way back. He puts his hand on his belt and walk off like he's Pootie Tang. I'm like, this. What if this was staged, y'all? What if this was? We're gonna try. Will, what we gonna do? We're gonna try to get your dignity back. We're gonna try to get your manhood back today. You come up and you slap. You fake like you gonna slap me because it don't even seem like this guy even had the reaction that he just been slapped. It's like he took it and everybody's like, you did a great job of like I'm telling you today, he getting his black card revoked today. I'm taking it. We're gonna trade him. He's
I
getting
know that's not a reaction
yeah,
that
yeah,
you get when somebody slap you. You
like
like
you don't slap
fight.
you don't slap any man and they don't take it, but let alone a brother. That's all. That's the jump off.
And then you gonna turn your back. No. It's like in a real life scenario, you slap somebody and walk off, you better get hit in the back of your head.
Bro, he walked off like he had just
Did the best thing ever.
right.
That's sad, man.
I really hate it for Chris Rock. If it wasn't staged, I hate it for
I
Chris
don't
Rock.
even like Chris Rock like that. I don't like him.
Me either.
So it is what it is, guys. I guess we'll hear more about it sooner. Cause like now it's been blowing off social media, and there'll probably be another interview. Cause then he apologized, come out and apologize about it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Then
who
bro
knows?
won the award and apologized to everybody but Chris Rock.
Right.
I just wish they put up more faces of celebrities when it all happened. Like they showed The Rock, Matt Damon, and somebody else. They need to do more reaction photos from celebrities when that happened.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty funny.
Classic, man. We'll never forget it.
Thank you guys for tuning in to the show. Like and subscribe to our social media accounts. They will be located in the show notes. Also, we have a merchandise store now. Check it out on podsquadinc.com. Thank you guys for the love and support. We out of here.
You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, and Tyler Wright. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast.